Okay, hello. Everyone, long time no see. RJ, like, yes. Hello. Nice to see you again, Mixolity. Yeah, it's been a while now. Yeah, we were just getting started with this new format of having them side by side here. Hopefully it won't be too difficult for you guys to follow along. I know at the edges here we have a bit covered up, but it should be fine. It should work fine. Yeah, not much I can do about it, other than if I got it like really small, which then I won't be able to read it at all. So we'll just keep it at here. We'll zoom in again when we get back to the single panels. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad on the screen, I don't think. A bit small for you guys, but I can read this fine. So, this is not a market substitute of Homestuck, yeah. Like, I do want you guys to be able to follow along if you want to, but yeah, this is, if you're here just for Homestuck and not for my reaction of it, then you're in the wrong place. Yeah, now they're dealing with the the aftermath of Trickster mode. And I can now say that Homestuck is all back online. Nice! Yeah, so you guys, anyone who wants to experience Homestuck now can now experience it in full. Yeah, that's nice. Act 6, Act 5, Act 1 ×2 combo! Yeah, let's get back into it. So, best birthday ever or best fucking birthday ever? Ha! In the interest of appeasing the irony gods, let's go with the latter. Whatever role I played in ruining your party, sorry about that. Oh lord, the last thing I give a shit about is my stupid Sweet 16. What a farce. I was trying to act as if we were all living normal, well-adjusted lives, obeying a marvelous fantasy setting populated by skeletons. And if only we had some cake and worn some hats and I blew out all the candles in one big puff, we could pretend all the problems we had with each other would magically stop existing. And the most horrifying thing of it all is, I actually got my wish. Thanks, Calliope. Oh well, I'm sure she had good intentions. Yeah, I still think I've been pretty lousy to you. I had my head up my ass for a while there. By the time your birthday came around, I was kind of freaking out about Jake. I thought I had the situation under control, but I didn't. Not just with Jake, but with respect to pretty much everything. I understand. Well, you really let him have it back there. I guess so. I had a similar meltdown with him earlier. I'm not gonna lie, it felt really good. At least it did at the time. I only wish I could have stayed as lucid as you during our, transformation. How did you manage that? It wasn't on purpose. Actually, if I had a choice, I probably would have just said, fuck it, sugar shock my brain, please. Suffice to say, I have trouble escaping from myself. It's kind of a problem. Let's not talk about it, though. Please continue. Okay, so instead of keeping my cool like you, I just started gushing over him like a love-struck loon, surrendering any sliver of dignity I might have earned by telling him off earlier. I just cannot believe some of the things I said. Oh, God, I told him I wanted to get married and have babies. Yeah, but to be fair, by the time you came looking for me, all three of you were saying that to anything that moved. I know, but it's one thing to write off something you say to an altered state of mind, but what makes the omission so mortifying to me is I actually meant it. And I'm sure he must know that by now. And now I feel so humiliated, I just want to die. I would ask him to shoot me right here if I could bring myself to say a word to him. Somehow, I don't think he's up to the task, which is doubly unfortunate since that's literally what we all came here to do. Speaking personally, I'd probably run this sword through my own dick before I could bring myself to kill Roxy, even for her own good. So, when the chips are down, I guess that's how much of a badass I really am. Woo, we are all such winners! Yeah, our moxie's off the fucking charts. Oh dear. Roxy? What? Am I an asshole? No, Jay, think okay, all right, here, I got the right voices now. I think I might be an asshole. All of my friends hate me now. Are you sure I'm not just an asshole and never actually realized it? Well, maybe you're an asshole sometimes, but it's always on accident, and most people are accidental assholes a lot of times anyway, so who cares? I can't believe I was so oblivious to the feelings of all the people I care about. How could I not see that Jane was in love with me? I really am a dope. I guess I did know deep down at some point, but then I somehow convinced myself otherwise? I can't even imagine how she must have felt all this time I was seeing Dirk, and all those times I talked her ear off about our relationship. Oh, goodness. Yup. I wonder what things would be like if she told me. Maybe it's better she didn't in the end. I probably would have just broken her heart like I did with Dirk. I should say something to her, but I'm not sure what to say. I don't think she wants to hear anything from me, to be honest. Maybe you could tell her I'm sorry for me? Why can't you just tell her? She's right there. I don't know. She's obviously so mad at me. I can't bring myself to say anything. I'm also just really fucking chagrined over how I treated her. If I was brave, I could face that feeling and just talk to her and try to make us square. But I don't think I really am brave. I'm not brave, and I don't think I love adventure either. Wow, Jake. You know how you think you know these things about yourself? Like, all these personal attributes about you as if they're written down somewhere like a sort of mini-biography, so they just have to be true? So you just believe them and hope that believing is what makes them true. But then you spend so much time believing those things and taking their truth for granted that you somehow forget to make them true with your words and deeds. How can I truly love adventure when I never even knew what it was? I don't think it's raiding tombs and clobbering scoundrels. That stuff's fun and all, but that's not what adventure is. Adventure is... it's something else. It's doing the things I'm genuinely afraid to do, but can't, because I'm a coward. Okay, stop shitting on yourself. I'll tell her for you. I don't think getting someone else to tell her sorry is going to really improve the situation, but okay. Jane, you know, we probably should have talked about this Jake stuff a long time ago. Tell me about it. I don't know if I was kidding myself all those years that there was a conflict of interest between us or what. Same. Maybe I was just pretending your feelings for him weren't a factor because my pursuit of him was already overcomplicated enough. Or maybe it was more like I was aware of them, but on some level decided they shouldn't matter because I felt like you had a natural advantage over me. Because, you know, you're like, not a dude. But I always felt you had the advantage over me too, because you're you. You make things happen, and I don't. Yeah, well, turns out that's not such a good quality if you want to make a relationship last longer than 3 seconds. At least not in my case. I know I ripped into him pretty hard when I had the clown hair and the little soda can on my head. But the truth is, I was pretty goddamn overbearing. Sometimes I look back on stuff and think I might have essentially bullied him into a relationship with me. Actually, it's more complicated than that. Parts of me were operating independently from myself, so it's like I was bullying myself into bullying him into liking me, if that makes any sense. It doesn't really, but that's fine. Anyway, my insanity scared him right the fuck off. There were times where I basically treated him like shit without even realizing it, and I regretted it. I should probably tell him that, but given how I just called him an asshole while wearing orange suspenders, I'm probably the last person he wants to hear from now. Clearly, we both used some poor judgment. Looking back, it seems crazy to me that we both jeopardized our friendship over a mutual infatuation with, let's face it, one spectacularly goofy kid. Can we both at least agree we may have overrated the allure of Jake English? Yes! Oh my god, I love that. Them agreeing that they overestimated just how attractive Jake is. Maybe if we could have talked to each other about him, it would have helped. Like, talked about why we felt that way about him. At least, maybe it would have helped us knock English down from that ludicrous pedestal we put him on. Yeah, that might have saved us a lot of grief. It's not like I hate him now, even though that's probably what he thinks. He's still my friend. But the extent to which I centered my whole life around a childish fantasy about him is just painfully embarrassing in hindsight. I wonder if I'll ever be able to look at him again without feeling miserable about myself. So, does that mean we're both totally over him now? I can't really tell. Me neither. I guess the real problem is our clique was way too small. Poor Jake was the only viable romantic target. I mean, considering our respective orientations, Maybe we just never knew enough people? Perhaps. Or maybe we just don't need anybody. As anything other than friends, I mean. In the interest of appeasing the bitterness gods, let's go with the latter. As someone who is big into a big advocate of friendships being just as or even more important than romantic relationships, then I wholeheartedly agree with that. Hey Janie, how you holding up, girl? I feel like garbage, but otherwise I'm fine. You off yourself yet? No? Okay, good. Please don't yet. I've got a personal backstage pass to the Jake English Self-Loathing Tour, and am in no condition to take the full brunt of his lamentations, but I'm the only one he's talking to, so I need a little support here from my bestie. What is he saying? He wants me to relay an apology to you, because he thinks he's not brave enough to say it, like 10 feet away there on his stone bed, and he thinks you're pissed at him. Oh man, I don't want to do this. Do what? An awkward tell him I said sequence of apologies through text messages. Okay, that's a sane answer. What should I say? Tell him I said we'll talk about it later, like after we're dead. Okay. Well, maybe I won't say that last part, but okay. How's it going over there? Fine. Not a lot of progress on the dying front. Don't look like Dirk much wants to stab me with his maname sword. To be honest, waiting around to be buddy murdered and or off oneself is even more awkward than you would think. Plus, kind of a drag, especially with a headache. Ugh. Jane, this is dumb. Yeah, call me crazy, but I don't think our candy-addled selves thought this through entirely. Yo, Trickster mode sucks ass. TXT it. Okay. Jane, you know what I am sad about? Fefida exploding. Yeah. Why'd you have to die again like that? She was so sweet and perfect and my friend. I would always just talk and talk about the funniest things from her life as two troll ladies, and it always lifted my spirits. Am I cursed or something, Jane? Cursed? Yeah, it's like I always seem to accidentally kill my cats or my half-cat girls, who are part sea princess and also an alien ghost. I don't know, maybe this line of speculation has no particular coherence. Jane, after we go god tier, you want to help me have a funeral for her? Of course, Roxy. I would like that. I always wanted to go to a funeral. Is that weird? Maybe that's weird. I don't know. I mean, not like in an especially morbid or gothy kind of way. I just think it would be cool to honor her memory. I never did that for Friglish, but I should have. Shit, Jake's bugging me again. BRB. Roxy, while you're at it, do you think you could relate the same sentiments to Dirk? I was thinking about all that stuff he said to me while we were all telling him to dance, and yeah, I was really being a prick when I ran away to Lomax. He was right about everything. I should have come clean about wanting some space. Damn it, Jake, after your whole bravery spiel, you want to relay double apologies through me? I know, I'm so terrible, I'm sorry. I'm just not feeling up to those conversations yet. My head is killing me. Ugh. Grandma, why did your sweet skull-based computing technology have to be such a brain fucker? Well, I can't do it. Why? 'Cause I'm sort of kinda not talking to Dirk either. Why not? 'Cause of reasons? Golly, but you are talking to Jane, yes? Yeah. Well, seeing as she's presumably talking to Dirk, and you're relaying my apology to her already, why don't you relay my apology to Dirk through her? Oh my god. Oh, the worst game of telephone. Oh my fucking god, Jake! Jake, no! LMAO. Why not? She'd probably be a sport about it. Hell, they could probably bond over what an absolute douche muffin I've been to them both. Little sigh. Look, Jake, you squeezed a Spanish sigh out of me. Are you happy? And if there is some heavy business you're having trouble addressing with Dirk in person, you could get Jane to relay him a message for you as well. Jake, no, Jake, that's so, all right, I'm gonna tell Jake, like, pretty much exactly what you said, but only because it's so fucking dumb and hilarious. Jake, I don't think you're, getting any better at this. Oh my god. Jane, Jake wants you to pass an apology to Dirk for him too. What? It's true. This is just getting silly. He wants you both to bond over his douche muffiness. P.S. Douche muffin was his word and not mine. I mean, hell, he's impartial about all this. We were already sort of doing that. Oh, yeah? Wait, don't tell him that. That would be mean-spirited. Hold up, what are you and Dirk saying? Oh, nothing. Anything about me? No, just, some stuff we should have talked about a long time ago. Gotcha. Oh, also, he wants me to tell you to give a message to Dirk from me too while you're at it. The Crocker switchboard is lighting up today. Why does Jake want you to give Dirk a message through me? Because he's ridiculous? Do you actually want to say something to Dirk but can't at the moment? Oh, not really. Well, I don't know. Wait, is Dirk not talking to you for some reason? Is that why Jake suggested going through me? Good gravy, this is getting complicated. No, well, I mean, maybe he does got a bone to pick with me and don't want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I do have to, there we go. There we go. No, well, I mean, maybe he does got a bone to pick with me about... got a bone to pick with me and don't want to talk, but I'm not sure. Manly said I can't bring myself to talk to him. Why not? Ooh. Hello. 'Cause I'm a shitty disgrace, and he's probably so ashamed of me he can barely stand being inside the same room with me at this point. Why would you think that? And because you heard what he said about how I fell off the wagon. You could just tell how disappointed he was, and he was right to be. But you weren't in your right state of mind, though. I know, but you said it yourself about the confessions you made to Jake. Sure, you were tripping balls on Cherub Pop, but that really just enabled you to do what you really wanted to do deep down. So what'd I do the moment Jake snuck up and owned me with that magic pumpkin? I was like, yo, let's get smashed at my place. I hardly wasted a second before giving in, and here I thought I was actually over that. But the second I'm given the slightest justification to drink again, I say fuck it. So it turns out I didn't stop wanting to like I told myself, but then I still wanted to while pretending I didn't per some bogus tough girl act. Like, I thought I was better than the problem, or more like I thought I was too cool and too strong to admit it was actually really hard. Roxy, you're doing so good. You're doing so good. Also, hello, creepy puppet friend again. I would like you to stop popping up places. But no, Roxy was doing so good. Addiction is so hard, and she was doing it basically all on her own. Though she did have some support from her friends, but like that's so hard. Roxy, you're doing so good. You're doing so good. But the truth is, I was not strong and cool. I was weak and lame all along. And now Dirk knows that too, and for some reason, letting him down feels like the worst part. Which is equally lame and weak, because I should care for my own sake, not for how it makes a dude see me, but it still just really bothers me. Man, Jake again, hold please. Gotta deal with little Cal for a bit more still. Unfortunately. You're motherfucking welcome. Oh, God. And of course all the sharp instruments too. I don't care about the knives and the saw or whatever. I care about little Cal. That's the one I'm upset over. I don't care about him getting all these knives and crowbars and whatever. Roxy? Rox, what is she saying? Talk to me, Roxy. Please don't leave me hanging here. I can't take it. I can't bear having two of my closest chums hate me and then having you shut me out on top of that. She's not shutting you out. She is talking to the friends you told her to talk to for you. Have a little bit of patience, dude. This situation is already insane enough. Okay, she's Jake. Calm your micro shorts. I'm here. There you are. I'm sorry for being a pest, but I just see Jane there pecking away at conversations with you and Dirk, and it feels like you're all kind of leaving me behind. No, Jake, nobody's doing that. maybe it's because you're forcing other people to have your conversations for you? Oh my god. No, Jake, nobody's doing that. Okay, yeah, I'm probably being paranoid, but I've done such a bang-up job of alienating my other friends, so you're the only one I can talk to for now. Wait, I haven't alienated you yet, have I? Don't worry. We're still, we're still humanated? Are you really sure, Roxy? Are you sure you're not just trying to spare my feelings? You can be honest with me. If you hate me now too, please just say so. Sweet Guy Fieri's fat laughing ghost, Jake. No, I don't hate you. I promise you're still my bro. God damn it. Okay. Phew. Then, talk to me. About what? I don't know. Anything. What are you talking about with Jane? My drinking problems? I see. Would you like to talk about them with me? Maybe I could help. Damn, Jake, like, that is so cool and appreciated in theory, but this is some kind of heavy shit for me. I really don't know if I can double duty on my alcoholism with you and Jane simultaneously. Oh, yeah, that's probably not the best way to go. Yeah, probably not. Oh my god, the face. What? Why is everyone so insane over this puppet? Oh. So then, what else is there we can chew the old fat about? Really bond over together in an emotionally fulfilling manner. You are an extra silly guy. Well, dunno, Jay. Why don't you tell me what you're thinking and we go from there? Alright, so that sure was a doozy of a kiss you gave Dirk there, huh? Oh, fuck. Yeah! How was it? It was, go on. It was fucking inappropriate. And yet, oh my god, it was so choice, but wrong. Wrong. I don't know. It seemed innocent enough to me. What was so wrong about it? A whole host of things. Not sure in how much detail I want to spell out why exactly it wasn't cool, but like, Jake, you're a pretty simple guy, and I mean that as heartways as possible. It just wasn't right. No disagreement there, but like I said, I'm here to talk about whatever you feel like. Okay, see, this is just another embarrassing thing from my past. When I was more out of control with Dirk, I was just way too aggressive. I hassled him all the time, pretty much every day, just like he said, about me and him, like getting married and having babies. You know, last male and female on Earth. Ooh, he's a hunk. Is dream come true. Time for repopulate. Oh god. Everyone's going crazy over the puppet. Even crazier. This cannot go well. I have bad feelings. Very bad feelings. Yeah, so not cool looking back on it. And I have no excuse. I always knew he was just such a gay dude. And I guess maybe hitting on a guy who don't like girls once or twice maybe is alright or even flattering. But after so long was probably just pissing him off or messing with his head or something. It definitely wasn't that he wanted to hear from a friend, let alone day in and day out through a garbled drunk text. So when I fucking harassed him into kissing me, it just brought back how low rent shit I thought we put. It just brought back some low rent shit I thought we put behind us. Just another way I completely humiliated myself in front of him. So is that why you can't talk to him now? Mm-hmm. I certainly have no trouble relating to that. Yep, I don't even know why, really. He's like taciturn to the max about everything, but there's something about him that just makes it hurt to feel like you let him down. You really love him, don't you? Yeah, Jake, I guess. The answer is a categorical, unapologetic fucking yeah, but I don't think that was much a secret. And the fact that it was so loudly not a secret exemplified my stupidity on the matter. It's fair to say I never came close to feeling as strongly about him as you. I envy you, actually. I've actually worried at times that I just wasn't capable of feeling that way about anyone. And maybe that's why I was just meant to be alone. You ain't missing much. Love is a brutal shit ninja with turds for nunchucks. Be grateful that you stank-ass motherfuckers flipping out nowhere Be grateful that stank-ass motherfuckers flipping out nowhere near you. Let's get some water. Okay. Oh my god! Eye stab combo. What the hell? What? Okay, well that escalated. Why? Okay. I noticed you nearly slipped that wedding ring on his finger. Oh god, that ring. You almost scooped my boyfriend out from under me in one fell proposal. Oh, did I? From under you, eh? Wait, no, I mean... Wonks for eternity. Whoa, now wait a minute. Easy, dude, just messing. Oh, okay. Man, that ring, though, what happened to it? Do you remember? Not really. God damn it. Must have lost it when I was a fucking trickster. Shakes fist at all tricksters. Ooh, oh, this is... Well... Okay. Things have escalated quite a bit. Things have really escalated here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did you need it for something? Need it? Not really. I just really liked that ring. Kinda spoke to me in a way. Wanna know something lame? Yes. The moment I first saw that ring, I was like in my head thinking, someday I want to give that ring to the person I marry, whoever that is. Aww. That's not lame, that's nice. It's pretty lame, but whatever. It shows what sort of one-track mind I got. God, I am obsessed with finding somebody to kiss, aren't I? It is really quite pathetic. Although the funny thing is, the ring turns you invisible, which might be my subconscious telling me something about my love life. Like, I find a guy of my dreams, slip it on his finger, and poof, he disappears. Bye-bye, hubby. Oh, well, don't matter. The ring is gone, and with it, so too are my lame dreams. I do love, the very blatant reference to Lord of the Rings there. Woo, big explosion. Is everything okay? Yeah, he just wanted to make sure I don't hate him like y'all do, which you don't even. I see. So I'm just talking to him a bit to help him not feel bad. Sorry. That's okay. You were saying? I was gonna say why I finally quit drinking. I mean, if you want to know. Yes. Actually, once you did stop, it made me finally realize it was a problem for you for a long time. And I didn't say anything at the time, but it made me wonder if I wasn't doing the right thing before. By failing to point out you might have a problem, just going along with it and participating in lively banter anytime you clearly had too much to drink? Was I just being a bad friend? No, it wasn't your responsibility to fix my shit. And anyway, I think I made it hard for anyone to come at me like it was a real problem. I was always joking around so much and having a good time, like kind of overzealously so, that I probably just made people feel like a shitty wet blanket for even mentioning it. How long do you think it's been a problem? I don't know, it's hard to say exactly when I started getting real carried away. Just at some point I discovered a load of my mom's centuries-old booze in the house, and I didn't have much to relate to her by except her books, so I felt like drinking was a way to be more like her, or be closer to her, kinda. And there was nobody around except the silly chess people, who in a way just made me feel more alone, because they reminded me I was only one of two humans left, and the other was an ocean away. So little by little, I got out of hand. And one of the only things I had to look forward to was the idea that the game was supposed to be able to bring my mom back, assuming I even decided to help the Batter Witch out by playing at all. Oh, wow. Yep, that sure is a big... Oh my god. This is gonna be so bad, isn't it? Oh no. But it turned out you couldn't bring her back, at least not the way you thought. So what was it that made you finally decide to give it up? Well, that's pretty much what it was. When I first went to Lopan, I saw my sprite there, so I got out my bottle of mom slime and was all ready for the bestest mom poignant reunion ever, and that's when the Juggalo struck. And I just knew the witch had fucked me over again, cause what other hag is insane enough to get Juggalos to do her dirty biz night exclusively? No hags but her. And I was so pissed and so distraught about that goddamn clown squandering my sprite, so I got crazy drunk and felt the super sorriest for myself I ever did. Little did I know there would be a lovely silver lining to the debacle. Dear sweet precious Fefida. She became a great friend. What's more was she told me not to worry. My mom would be coming anyway, and all I had to do was wait a while. And I believed her, because she knew her stuff and was the best. So that's when I decided to clean up my act. I didn't want her to meet a sloppy, embarrassing mess of a daughter. Even if she did like to drink at some point, it was kind of a childish idea that doing so myself would make me closer to her or help us bond or whatever. Anyway, I think I might have overestimated her drinking habits. She sure didn't look like no drunk. Oh, Jane, did I mention? I saw her in a dream today. No, she's really young though, like our age. And she looks so pretty and happy, not like a girl with booze challenges. I think her fave color must be orange, just like Dirk. She was wearing the same sunny orange nightie deal I caught a glimpse of her in very briefly another time. And oh, she also called me Mom? Huh? Huh is right. You know, I'm really not sure if she's actually my mom, but I do know we're totes genetically related somehow. I just think there's more to it than we know. Guess we'll find out. Whoa. I mean, yeah, you definitely will find out, and oh, whoa indeed. Oh my god. The whole place was shaking for a moment there. What? Roxy, do you know if Jane just felt that rumbling too? Yeah. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Oh no. Oh no. Holy shit, all of Durst, or all of Prospect is, oh no. Oh no. Oh no, this is so bad. This is so bad. Is it still going on? No, it stopped. What do you think it was? I don't know, maybe an earthquake? I am not sure if these moons can have earthquakes. Oh, they are. Oh my god. Oh boy. It doesn't matter, some sort of Prospition lunar anomaly, I guess. Probably nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about? Half the place is gone. Maybe it was like tidal forces due to gravitation, or the tensile forces from that big ass chain. Yes, let's say that's what it was. Oh dear. Have you and Roxy been talking? Yes. Is she pissed at me or something? She won't talk to me. No, not at all. Then what gives? She was wondering the same about you. What? Are you disappointed in her? Why would I be? It seemed that way to her earlier, when you chastised her for drinking again. Oh no. Oh god. Things are being fucked up in so many ways. Or about to be. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, yeah, I was upset she fell off the horse, or the horse wagon, whatever. The thing you ride around on when you ain't drinking. But, so what? There was cotton candy in her hair, and she was being stupid. What do you expect? It was a moment of indiscretion. I'm not mad at her, and I'm not disappointed in her. That's ridiculous. Wanna know what I really think of Roxy? I'm proud of her. She's the only one of us who could face her problems and then get down to business and actually solve them. No endless hand-wringing or suffering in silence or any of that bullshit. She saw she had an addiction and then decided to fucking fix it, just like that. She's probably stronger than the other three of us to put together. Oh my god, that's so cool. That is so cool. Oh. Honestly, every panel with the Batter Witch ends up just looking like a piece of art. Remember way back before this started, we were talking, you and me, and I was rambling at length about leadership like I actually had a clue what I was talking about. I remember, you said I would be the leader of our team in name and in spirit, although I never really felt like it. Yeah, that's kind of the point. I guess in a way I was right, but not how I expected. See, to be perfectly honest, we are a party of losers. Heroes make shit happen, but that's not what we do, or what we're even supposed to do. We wait. We wait for literally everything. We wait for other people to reach out first so we can fix our relationships. We wait for these legendary heroes to arrive and bring competence and promise to a futile situation. Even now, look at us. What are we waiting for? To kill ourselves? For someone to come along and do it for us? It doesn't even matter. As the four nobles of the Void Session, we do what we were created to do. We sit around on our asses, waiting. Ooh. You're all designed for a session that was utterly inert, a place where the mechanism for success never even existed to begin with. In such a place, it makes sense that the formal leader would be neutralized to made feel unempowered and static, and it seems particularly fitting that she would be the noble of life in a realm of the dead. A realm that foretold of a life player who felt lifeless, a hope player who felt hopeless, and a heart player who was just a stone-cold motherfucker. When we talked about leadership and I was all on my high horse telling you how shit would go down, I also said I would be the one pulling the strings, remember? That I'd be the functional leader of our party. And there might have been something to that in a different session. But what good is a man of action in a place where action itself is intrinsically fruitless? So it's occurred to me that by some tragic flaw in its design, our session was meant to be leaderless, and I'd feel safe concluding that except for a feeling that's been gnawing at me. It's the feeling that it would make perfect sense if a session like this had a dark horse leader, a leader who was invisible to us all along. Fittingly, a Void player, to lead a Void session. She would be a leader not in name or in spirit or in function, whatever that means, but more of an emotional leader who would selflessly try to hold everyone together while the rest of us did our best to fall apart. And Roxy's been that for us every step of the way, going unnoticed and unappreciated. Think of how much shit she's had to put up with from all of us. She never complains, never turns it around and makes it about her problems. She just works her ass off, making sure we all stay friends. If that isn't a leader, I don't know what is. Oh my gosh, she's so cool. That's so cool. So, that's how crazy it is for her to think I'm disappointed in her. The truth is, she's the most amazing person I ever knew. She's everything in a human being I wish I could be, but can't because I'm in my own way. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm worthy of dying next to her. I think she probably felt bad for hitting on me all those years, like I was getting fed up with her or something. But all it really did was make me feel guilty that I couldn't give her what she wanted. Like, settle down and have a couple weirdo goddamn kids with her someday. I guess there were times that I thought about it, being all alone on Earth with her and stuff. I couldn't, though. I have to stay true to myself. Still, she would deserve it. Nobody deserves to get all the things they always wanted more than she does. And it suddenly seems kind of stupid that I think these things about her, but she doesn't even know it. I guess I should tell her all this sometime. Oh god. Things are about to get so bad. Oh no. Oh god. I'm so scared. I was so scared about what's about to happen. Oh no. Oh no. Of course that would be nice. Of course she is right there, you know. I know. I'm a little reluctant to drop all that on her. Looking at what I just said, it's kind of overwhelming. I feel like in a way you can destroy somebody with effusive praise. Or maybe I'm just projecting how I would feel about that kind of intense positivity coming at me. I don't know. But I still think confessions like that can change stuff between people, like the way they act around each other. Maybe it's worth it? Maybe. Or maybe it's better to just say, not so much of it? Like all at once. It'd be better for now if you could pass a short message to her for me, if only to help kill this awkward silence between us. Like, what? Could you just tell her I love her? Oh, no, wait, I mean, not in that way though, more like, Dirk, I know what way you mean. Okay, good. Yeah. Oh. Things are about, bad things are about to happen. Oh, God. Oh, no. No, wait, don't. That would be a weird mixed signal. I mean, it's true, but please say something else instead. Dirk, something's happening. Tell her that I'm proud of her, and as a person, she's everything I wish I could be. I wish I could be as nice and loving and selfless as her, but I can't because I'm too busy being me. Dirk! Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. The tremors are back. Big time. That's weird. I can feel it too this time. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh no! Oh no! No! This is... Oh! Oh god. Well, at least they were all in their beds. Holy shit. Oh no. Oh no. Whew. Well, that's one way to get them to die on their beds. Holy shit. Okay. Nice, you get to see their god-tier fits. Roxy looks so cool. Jake looks so, not cool. Oh dear. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, okay. Oh. Hello? Are they gonna arrive? Yes! 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 Zap! Yes! Jade is here! Jade, hi, hello! We love you! Nice, nice. Oh, what is this? Nice! Hi! Are you Jake? Yeah. Hi, Jake. I'm Jade. It's nice to finally meet you. Wow, yeah. And you must be Jane? Me? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. It's nice to meet you too, Jane. Yes. Oh god, I'm gonna have to differentiate their voices more, aren't I? Jake. Oh, where are your pants? Oh, there's a kitty at my door. Hi, kitty. Hi. Kitty, wanna come in? Oh, come here. Come here, Stella baby. Oh, hi. Hi. Hi, Stella. There's a baby kitty here who wants to say hi. Or just sit here silently. Her waving is page 5878. Here, I can move this down a bit. There, you can see the page numbers. Hi. Hi. Little baby kitty. Oh, you're so warm and fluffy, but I can't hold you forever. I have a stream to get back to. Oh yeah, you want me to put you down anyways. Okay. Big hug, little kiss. And down you go. Okay, here we go. Yeah, where are your pants? A spring trap. Spring trap ×2 combo. Okay. Okay. Come on. Oof. What is happening? What is happening to Jade? What? Hello? Jade, are you okay? Is this good or bad? I can't tell. Bark. Okay. I can't tell if this is good or bad. Is this good or bad? Should I be excited or afraid right now? Oh. Okay. What? I'm thinking afraid. Yeah, I'm thinking afraid. I think this is bad. I think this is bad. Obey. Submit. I am, yes, scared is the correct emotion here. Oh my god. Obey. Oh god. Yeah. This is bad. This is bad. This is very, 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 very bad. What? Right? Is it bad or is it? Okay, yeah, this is bad. This is bad. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Fear was the correct response. Oh god. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, where is here? What is this? Oh god. Ooh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is so bad. So now we are fighting Jade and Jane. This is not good. Oh no. Oh god. This is so bad. What happened to her? What? Why did that happen? What? Oh god. Oh no. Oh god. Suckers. Oh god. End of Act 6, Act 5. What was that? What was that? What just happened? Things went so completely bad so fast. What? What? God, that was a roller coaster of emotions. Holy shit. Oh, what happened to Jade? Why did that happen? Why did that happen? Oh my god. Okay, here we are. Okay, we can zoom in now. What was that? Why did that happen? Why did that? I am confused. I am confusion. Why did that happen? Dave, are you there? Come in, Dave. This is Carcat, over. Answer me, you jack-off. Don't be all like you're too busy to pick up. Who are you trying to kid? You are quite possibly the only person on this meteor who's got even less on his nutrition plateau than me. Even the mayor has a more demanding schedule than we do. Let's face the fucking facts. What? Did you think the can town runs itself? Fat chance. Dave. God damn it, Dave, I have a problem. No, we have a problem. Skaya is now visible to the naked eye. We can't be much more than a few hours away. This is it! This is what we've been waiting for! 3 of the longest human years we'll ever have to live for the rest of our lives, sunk into this depressing laboratory which by all accounts should never have functioned as anything but our eternal tomb. I have no idea how we're even supposed to stop this thing. Do you? Oh well, sending it blasting off somewhere at the speed of light sure seemed like a good idea at the time. And now that we're finally here after all the waiting and drama and boredom and stupid bullshit with our ancestral ghosts, and even disregarding the one hilariously neglected detail that this meteor has no fucking brakes, I still don't think we're ready for this. How do I even begin to address this shit? Okay, how about this? Since I can't think of a better general purpose question to help break the ice in literally any imaginable social situation. Where are your fucking pants? Hi, Terezi. Oh, I love you, Terezi. My pants? What are you talking about? They're on my legs. I wasn't talking to you. Oh. Dave, we have a big problem here. What? I think it's time we had what did you call it? An intervention? For Rose? No, not Rose. Why would I be talking about Rose? She doesn't have a major problem that she needs to be confronted about by her friends before she flushes her whole life down the gaper, does she? Yeah, kind of. Why? Because she likes to drink that goofy human soporific that makes her a lot funnier and more charming than usual? How is that a problem? I was talking about Terezi. Man, Terezi doesn't need an intervention. She just drinks a lot of soda. How can you not see that? How that is a huge fucking problem? It's red fizzy shit water, dude. Who cares? Okay, can we just once acknowledge that we are mutual aliens to each other and as such possibly have different values and standards about things? Just this one time, Dave. Thanks! Terezi has made her choices. Among them was to begin guzzling untold liters of that putrid circus cola. Think of it as like a rite of passage, like something that just goes with the territory when someone you know almost imperceptibly begins turning into a juggalo. Wait, fuck, maybe she does need an intervention. She needs to wake up so we can talk to her about this. She won't wake up. What do I do? Did you try kicking her? Yes? I'm out of ideas. Snore! Well, whenever she wakes up, we all need to have a serious talk about this. If she's in this condition when we get to the new session, it'll be a goddamn embarrassment. Not to mention deadly. Need I remind you who's still following us? She doesn't look primed for battle from where I'm standing. We need to act as a unified front, Dave. We need to let her know that as her friends, we can't stand by and watch her degrade herself like this. Man, I don't know. It sounds like you want to make this needlessly melodramatic. Stand by. I'm putting you on Speaker Crab. Speaker Crab? Yes, Speaker Crab! Man, don't put me on Speaker Crab. She needs to hear from you, Dave. She trusts you. God, honestly, she can do whatever she wants. I put this all behind me a while ago. Why do you really want me in on this conversation? Is it just that you don't know what to say by yourself? Maybe it is, Dave. Maybe that's exactly what it fucking is. I'm sorry, I'm not a god tier. I'm not so fortunate as to be blessed with a gift of gab like you. What? That badge you weren't, you know, the one that makes it easier to talk to people, like really open up about your feelings and say whatever needs to be said. That's what you think that does? Isn't it? No, dude, that's not what Gift of Gab does. Okay, then what? Okay, then what does it do then, wise guy? Its utility isn't really comprehensible to lowly mortals. Sorry. You snipe shoot huffer. Why don't you come up here so I can push you off this building? Nah. I'm putting you on Speaker Crab, and then together we are going to keep it real as shit. Do you hear me? What do you actually want from her? Do you want her to stop drinking Faygo and falling asleep in puddles of red fructose corn slobber? Or do you want her to somehow address the root of these habits and cut all that out for good? Yes, I want her to do that, the latter thing. Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from, but in situations like this, I think you need to remind yourself there's only so much you can do for somebody. And maybe they aren't going to want or need your help, and you just have to figure out how to deal with that. Like, at some point in your life, one of your friends might start spending all her time with a guy you think is bad news. And you have to decide if you need to intervene as a friend or just let it go, because people can change or drift apart or whatever, because that's just something that happens. Dave, your wisdom! My god, it's knocking my socks off! Holy shit! Please tell me the secret to your wise ways! And while you're at it, maybe you could tell me what the fuck you're talking about? Look, all I'm saying is, there comes a time in every young woman's life when she has to come to terms with the decision to gradually morph into a juggalo while all her friends and loved ones watch in dismay. Dorothy has strolled through the dark carnival and taken a great brooding whiff of that decision's festive asshole, and the choice she has made is all too clear. She's down with the clown. Oh dear. No, don't say that! It's true, man. You can live in denial for only so long. But as your bro, I have to say it like it is. She and Gamzee, man, that is literally a thing. They are in the hate square together. Total kiss mispades, dude. No, that's not what I mean. I know that. Just why do you have to put everything so colorfully? I guess I do the same thing, but you always seem to take things to a different level of gross. Just please say shit normally for a change, okay? Regarding Gamzee, yeah, I knew about that already. Oh, really? Then what the fuck have I been tiptoeing around all this what have I been tiptoeing around all this time, goddamn? I thought this was supposed to be like this big secret that would destroy you if you found out. Motherfucker, please, do you think I'm an idiot? I've suspected this was going on for a long time. I was just being like you, playing it cool, letting her do whatever. Then why is it a problem now? Because this is the last straw! We're supposed to be ready for action by now! Not comatose, half-naked, and Faygo sticky. God, I wonder what sort of bullshit he's got her believing in now. About the mirthful messiahs and Shangri-La and all that garbage. It makes me so sad to think she's caught up in his superstitious web of lies. It's been awful watching the person I used to know slowly drift away from me to the point where she might as well be gone. How did you manage to deal with that? What? You and she used to see each other all the time. What happened? Like I said, I just put it behind me. She started sneaking around events and stuff, acting suspicious, trying to hide the fact that she was seeing him. Like, she was obviously ashamed of it and worried how I'd react, but it was hella transparent that was going on, so I just said, that's fine, y'all can do your black rom thing with the juggalo, it's your decision, but I can't keep playing along. I can't do the quadrant thing, it's too weird for me. I'm not a troll and I'm not all open-minded about getting multicultural. I still don't understand the spades thing, and it makes me really fucking uncomfortable even trying to imagine how that works, and I sure as fuck don't want to date anybody who's got a hate clown on the side. So I said, no hard feelings, I still like you, and I'll do whatever makes you happy. I'll just be over here in the hypergravity chamber training to beat Lord English. We have a hypergravity chamber? No. Oh. But what about you? Have you been talking to Gansey this whole time, or is he just balls out lying to you about sneaking around the meteor with Terezi? I thought Moiras were supposed to be open with each other about stuff like that. Yeah, Gansey ended our more allegiance quite some time ago. Oh shit. Sorry to hear about that. It's fine. It was really a dead-end pale relationship. At first it really seemed like I was a necessary part of his life, keeping his shit under control. But as time went on, he just got completely disinterested and wasn't keeping up with his end of the thing at all. He started getting so unbelievably self-satisfied and pious, like way more than he ever was before. Like, he's just so completely convinced he's found his calling, that this session is the gateway to the promised land where he'll fulfill his destiny. He's so caught up in his idiotic schemes he couldn't give a fuck about me anymore. Whatever, at least he stopped killing people. Amazing. I spent 3 years in this rock and never said one thing to the guy. I saw him once though, just a glimpse in a dark hallway. It was kind of like seeing a blurry purple Bigfoot with a huge boner. Oh god, that fucking god tier outfit. What a goddamn faker. I can't for the life of me imagine where he got that thing. I know Kanea sure as hell didn't make it for him. That man literally has no shame. Why is he wearing it? I don't know. I don't even think he knows. It would make a good impression on his fake-ass religious idol after he thrusts his sacred codpiece through the gates of Shangri-La. The best thing we ever do together is slam this asshole's dumb religion. Yeah! Really, it's the most hilarious fucking horseshit I've ever heard. I mean, pretty much all religions are wrong, but there's wrong and then there's wrong. As in, zero chance you are ever proven right about even a single thing, dude. Ever, ever, ever. It's so true. I wish I could see the look in his face when he finally realizes everything he believes is a lie. Be one sad clown that day. His bulge would probably deflate and make this high-pitched noise plus corresponding flatulence. Hey, Dave, what do you think will happen to us after we meet up with the others? I mean, as friends. What do you mean, as friends? I mean, will we still get to be bros? Yeah, no offense, but that's a dumb and neurotic question. No, but see, we're going to meet all these other people. John among them, and John is your best friend, so you will ostensibly resume that friendship where you left off. And John and I had a few testy conversations with each other one day, and in most of those I made a fool of myself. And I guess we became friends that day, maybe? But the reality is it was just one day, and he'd be well within a reasonable frame of mind not to give a crap in hindsight about the guy who trolled him once 3 years ago. And the same goes for Jade. I thought we had a decent rapport, but again, it was one day forever ago. She probably barely remembers me at this point. Whereas that doesn't matter for you because you go way back with them. This is like a fucking heartfelt reunion for you guys, but where does that leave me? I can hardly call Gamzee a friend anymore. Who knows if my friendship with Terezi will ever be what it was before. I used to be pretty close with Kanea, but now she and Rose never leave each other alone for more than a fucking minute. All my other friends are dead, and now we're leaving the dream bubbles behind. And then there's you, so I'm just wondering what happens next. You forgot the mayor. You're pretty damn tight with the mayor, aren't you? The mayor's friendship is a universal constant, and I am insulted beyond comprehension, as well as my capacity to vomit that you would insinuate otherwise. Yeah, the mayor rules, but as usual, you're overcomplicating this, just like you overcomplicate everything. Friendship, leadership, romance, shipping grids, and dick battles. This is real simple. Our meteor will somehow Tokyo drift to a dead stop in the new session, at which point we will keep being bros for life or something. I will start being friends with John and Jade again because they are my friends and never stopped being that. John will also be your friend because he's cool and also a doofus who is easy to be friends with. Jade will be your friend too because she's nice and likes being friends with people. I can personally guarantee that she will be happy to see you. And as for the new people, I don't know about them, but they'll probably be your friends too. All I know is 2 of them are my parents and 2 of them are John's parents, and ain't no rule that says you can't be friends with your bros mom and pop, especially when your bros mom and pop are a couple of sassy teens. As for Terezi, I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens. And as for Gamzee, fuck that guy with a balloon poodle. Friendship lesson secured, the end. Oh god, Terezi. Smack. What the hell? How the hell is she snoring? Uh-oh, look who's starting to come around. Wake up, sleepyhead! Honk, honk, honk! Yeah, that's right, it's time to face the fucking music! Oh, God. Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 1. What? Oh, God. Oh, God. Hey, you, computer man. Hey, you, computer man. I need more help. No. Computer man, assist me with more hot tips. No. Yes, I'm having trouble understanding, Blue Hat. This is a shameful exploitation of our arrangement. We weren't supposed to talk anymore once you left Earth. I did not agree to those terms. Every time we talk, you complain that I'm being self-indulgent, but you always come back for more. It's like you can't get enough of me. I think you might be obsessed. Give me more hot tips, asshole. Only made that Caltop so you could talk to me on the go, didn't you? No. Please don't lie. Who else would you use it to talk to in your solo session? Gamzee? I bet you haven't said one word to him through that device. You never even referred to him by his name. The clown has been an adequate peon when it comes to doing things I don't want to do. There's no reason to speak to him through my fun helmet. You should try to be better friends with him. He basically ditched his best buddy for you. Who cares? He reveres you and you treat him like shit. Yes, so? So you're off to a pretty good start at being a god, I guess. Thank you. Look, I just said a polite thing. Now reward me with what I want. Ugh. Yellow Hat is very fast. As a minion, he has been very useful, but I'm having trouble determining the abilities of Blue Hat. Yellow Hat and Blue Hat? You should come up with better name for them. You should come up with better names for them than that. Like what? Like, I don't know, maybe some cool mobster names? Mobster names! Why would I give them mobster names? Because mobsters are cool. They don't look like mobsters. They look like fucking leprechauns. I know I can be a monster though, even cherubs and leprechauns. Being a monster isn't about what you look like, it's about what's inside you. Wow, that is so profound. Now stop stalling and give me tips. Are these the only two you've unlocked so far? Yes, I have conquered the second planet and have now traveled to the third. Before I conquer this one, I would like to know what Blue Hat does. He's pretty much doing what he does. He seems to be stuck. Is he broken? No, he's just slow. What? That's his power. Yellow Hat is fast, Blue Hat is slow. That is a horrible power. How's that even a power? It just is. Ugh, I was looking forward to achieving more powerful minions, not more malingering fools that take up space in my dark carnival. Do they get better than this? That depends on what you mean by better. Oh my god. Okay, we're done. Bye. That's so hilarious. End of Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 1. Wake up, sleepyhead. Wait, why did I even say that? Stay asleep all you want, like I give a fuck. Oh my god, did they arrive and John's sleeping through it? But you are kind of missing some important shit here. We spent 3 faux relativistic years cruising through the metaphysical ass crack of nowhere, and when we finally get here, you're all tuckered out. Like y'all didn't sleep enough on this boat already. Some of the sick nastiest shut-eye anyone ever got I owe to this friggin' boat. Dude, this is a big deal. Everyone's waiting for us out there. I mean, probably. I don't know where we are, some green, hilly place with all these Stonehenges sprinkled about. Did you know there could be a plurality of Stonehenges? I didn't, but guess fucking what? Henges aplenty where this place is concerned. Hey, where's Jade? Jade is being turned evil somewhere, apparently. I guess she left already? Maybe there was an emergency somewhere and her doggy senses led her there. Maybe someone fell down a well. What do you think, John? You think our teen parents fell down a well? Nah, I sincerely doubt that any of them would be that pathetic. Whatever it was must have been important enough for Jade to ditch us like this. Either that, or maybe she was that desperate to finally get away from me. Between you and me, John, I didn't really handle things with her as well as I could have. Oh well, maybe real Dave will treat her better. Or not, I don't know. Jade's busy kicking ass. Maybe the wrong ass, but at least she's kicking ass. I did her a favor cutting Bird Dave out of her life. Nobody really deserves Bird Dave as a boyfriend or a friend or anything. It's like getting one of the janky Daves from the bargain bin at the Dave Depot. Or one of the marked down Daves the day after National Dave Day. It's like somebody taxidermied your Dave and expected you not to notice. Feathers, what feathers? No, that Dave is totally normal and okay. You should just go back to being bros with real Dave when you see him. I'll be fine, I'll just flap around and do my thing alone. I'm completely alright with that at this point. I had our ups and downs, John, but all in all, it was cool to go on this road trip with you. There were some times, man. The times. I'm telling you, they were unreal. I bet you people would pay good money to see every second of the madcap stunts that were going down on this ship basically 24/7. If hulls could talk, wow. Just joking, it was seriously boring as hell. But, I mean, it was still cool, so, yeah. Hey, what's that ring anyway? I've seen you with that ring before, and I guess I was just like, okay, John has a magic ring for some reason. No need to mention that or anything. But where did you even get it? You can't even hear me. You got your snooze on so hard. Ain't gonna wake you up to hassle you about no ring. I probably should have said all this stuff when you were awake, probably. Like the stuff about friendship. Ah, fuck it. I'll just leave another one of my painted in magic notes taped to your shoe or your cowlick or something. My magic notes rule. I'll just leaving them taped on stuff. I sure do talk to myself a lot, don't I? Wow, why have I never made this observation? I probably needed to be a bird for exactly 3 years to finally have that epiphany. I wonder if real Dave ever had that epiphany. Probably not, because he's not a bird. The bottom line is being a guy who's also a bird makes you think. Anyway, I'm out. Aw, bye, bird Dave. Hold on, it's hard to see on the screen, but it's very faintly. Aw. Goodbye, bird Dave. But yes, happy birthday, John. Have some watermarks for the road. Beautiful. Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 2. Wow. This sure is a party going on here. Wow. I unlocked more gnomes. I thought they were leprechauns. I don't care what they are. Okay. I have now conquered 4 planets and have the same amount of gnomes under my command. Yellow hat, blue hat, red hat, and now purple hat. Congratulations. The planets are becoming increasingly difficult to conquer. I almost did not manage to destroy the purple planets within the allotted time. Unfortunately, the quality of the unlocked gnomes has not increased to match the escalating difficulty of my quest. It seems to be just the opposite. These gnomes are shit. All right. Hello, Gerard. Welcome. Glad to see you. What's wrong with the new gnomes? Okay, Red Hat, he has no fucking powers at all. Unless his power is to follow me around constantly. Yes, that's basically what he does. Purple Hat is even worse. Is his power to dance around all the time while singing riddles to me? Yes. Awful. Purple Hat's behavior is so infuriating I have attempted to murder him several times, but to no avail. You can't kill Purple Hat, he's too lucky. That's also his power, being really lucky. What good does that do me? I don't know, get him to solve puzzles for you, use him as a human shield sometimes. I mean, a gnome shield. Oh man, awful. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. You shouldn't be whining about how lame your minions are. As you accumulate more, your job is obviously to combine their talents in creative ways to overcome the increasingly difficult challenges on your quest. Synergize your time gnomes. Make them more fun. Make them more than the sum of their pointy hats. That's going to be difficult. They're all idiots. Nobody said it would be easy. Fine. I have no more questions for now. Hey, did you kill that cute turtle? No, but I can see your past trail. You're standing there holding a gun and pointing it at the turtle. Okay, then yes, I killed the turtle. Boo! Yes, boo! How dare you have killed the cute turtle? That is the worst of your crimes. Poor turtle. Rest in peace. End of Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 2. John's still sleeping through it all. Okay. Worse than a plastic straw. Oh, God. Ooh. Hello. That's interesting. Oh. Is this what he's dreaming? Are we still in fucking intermission? We're still in the intermission, yes. Ooh. Hey, it's the blue boy again. See him there just off the starboard shit? Yo, watch how far away I can fork him from. Mina, put the trident down. Don't make me confiscated again. Confiscate. Oh, that is a really good one. Oh, yes! Pirate ship! Yes! Hey, it's John. Vriska, is that you? Yeah, get over here. All right. Oh, great. Nice to see you again, John. It's been too long. Yeah, actually, hasn't it been exactly a year? I think it was my birthday last time we met, too. A year for you, maybe. Who even knows how long it's been out here, but who cares? The point is, as you can see, the plan I described to you before is in full swing. You mean the big treasure hunt with all those black maps? Yes, but they aren't black anymore. Not totally. Everything's gone exactly as I intended. English has taken the bait. Okay, that's what it is, bait. English has taken the bait, hook, line, and sinker. He's been chasing our extended party around the ring, blowing shit up with his monster breath, thus revealing the path to the treasure in the process. I must say, for an evil mastermind, the guy is kind of a dope. Supposedly, his every move is a carefully calculated ploy to assure his existence in the first place. Yet here he is, wrecking the joint like an oaf, unwittingly helping the hero find the weapon that will finally take him down. And we're almost there, too. Although, by now, it's become embarrassingly obvious that the treasure was hidden right around where we started all along. These maps have just been leading us all in a big, stupid circle. I should have seen it coming. I guess that's my bad. In terms of bonehead moves, like, that's English 1, Vriska 1, so I guess we're even. But maybe we don't have to mention that detail when we document my heroism in the annals of greatness. Mention what, exactly? I always loved the photo-bashed items of Homestuck. It's always been the most interesting part for me that I feel, yeah! How many unique possibilities of weaponry and clothing, yeah! Yeah, I do love just seeing, like, how, yeah, just, like, how many interesting sceneries are created just using the photo-bashing methods, yeah. Like this literally looks like the edge of the world here. That's pretty cool. A pogo katana, yeah. Yeah, for both the sceneries and the weapons, it's pretty cool. Mention what exactly? Exactly. I almost forgot how deceptively quick you are in the uptake, John. That's not so impressive. I was confused by what you were saying too. Tavros, if you're going to interrupt, don't mumble, and even then, don't. Anyway, I really don't mind the fact that these cryptic treasure maps have led us all on a wild honk bird chase. I've never once complained about a good long treasure hunt, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, with the way space-time works out here, who can say for sure we would be able to find the treasure at all unless we trace this exact path? Nobody can say that. Is who? Least of all English, who as far as I know can't actually speak so much as issue blood-curdling roars that cleave the foundations of reality itself. You're of course welcome to join us on our adventure for as long as you're asleep. We could use another hand on deck. I'll even give you a rank and title. You get to be lower than me. That's the fairest rule. Wrong. Tavros, who's the captain here? Last time I checked, it wasn't Swabby Nitram, Poopmaster Extraordinaire. Is that his official title? Is that his official rank on the ship? By the way, hi Tavros. How have you been? Okay. Cool pirate outfit you have there. Wonder if Vriska loses a leg or an eye to complete pirate look. Yeah! Poopmaster. You're officially farther than the Let's Read Homestuck dub project, by the way. Ooh! Interesting. Oh god, I lost it again. Oh, yeah, we didn't get very far on this page. Cool pirate outfit you have there. No thanks, but it's not cool, it's dumb. Vriska wants me to wear it though, so I do, so she'll be happy. Don't ask me where my pants are. I wasn't going to. We all look amazing as pirates. This is non-negotiable. No arguments here. What about the rest of your crew? I remember her, the punky one who always likes to stab me with her spear, but I really hope she doesn't do that this time. Yeah, I'm always at the top of the screen. Dream on, blue nerd. You my crosshair sucker. Got you right where I want. Just biding my time. Biting and biting. Gonna hunt you till we're both double dead. You are my obsession, little bluefish. My shrimpiest of whales, my mobiest of dicks. Call me Fishmail. stop it! But, I don't know the one who looks kind of like your sister. What's your name? Arania. Hi. And what about those two over there? These are my friends, Aradia and Solux. I've recruited them for this expedition as specialists. They aren't really here to do any fighting, but their abilities will become useful once we retrieve the treasure. The double eye patches. I love it. Hello. Hey, are you alive? Your eyes don't look spooky and ghostly. Thanks. Yes, I'm alive. Yeah, and apparently she intends to stay that way, hence her principled, if somewhat lame, commitment to pacifism. But considering our history together, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. I'm happy to have her on my crew in whatever capacity she likes. Your history? What happened? Wait, that's a rude question, sorry. Riska killed her too. She used the other guy there, tragically, as the death weapon. Hey, what did I say about bygones being bygones? That's like rule fucking one of this ship. Anyway, she became a robot and killed me back, so obviously we're cool now. Oh, jeez, why does everyone always die so much? Oh, like this guy wants to talk. Solux, don't make our guest uncomfortable. God, Riska just killed everyone, huh? Yeah. Make her pay is one of my favorite flashes. Oh God, yeah. Oh, jeez, why does everyone always have to die so much? Oh, like this guy's one to talk. Solux, don't make our guest uncomfortable. He's already uncomfortable, and he should be. We all should be. Really, I haven't thought about any of that in a long time. Ancient conflicts don't mean anything to me anymore, but I was more than thrilled by the opportunity to go on another adventure like this. We used to enjoy such campaigns together all the time when we were younger. Of course, now the teams are a little different. Yeah, man, those were the days. What about you? Why do you have double eye patches? Because I'm blind, stupid? I can't tell if you're alive too or not because I can't see if your eyes are spooky. They're spooky as shit, but yes, I'm alive. Okay, here's the short version. I used to be able to see, but then I went blind. Then I used my powers too hard and died, but it turned out I was only half dead. Half dead? Let me finish. So the ghost half of me could see again, so I was only half blind, but then somebody prototyped my corpse, which I guess sucked the ghost half of me out of my body to make me fully alive again. Also, fully blind. And now the ghost part of my soul is sharing a sprite body with fucking Aridin of all people. Who's Aridin? Just the douche who blinded me in the first place. It doesn't even matter. Alright, but I don't think I quite followed all of that. What does being half dead mean? You know, forget it. I'm so sick of telling the story to people over and over and nobody understanding what the hell I'm talking about. It's all so simple. No, actually it isn't. It's a fucking stupid story that makes no sense. Maybe that's the problem. My marginal existence is fraught with so much pointless duality and complicated nonsense, so I'm done even trying to explain it. From now on, I should just wear a shirt that says, "Don't ask me about my disability or my mortality." Then everything would be fine. Solux is great. Love this guy. But like, dude, I don't think the shirt would help much. I think it would just cause people to ask more questions. Like, why do you have a shirt that says, "Don't ask me about my disability or my mortality"? And then you would have to explain why you have the shirt, which would include explaining this whole story again. That's really kind of a shame Gamzee prototyped Aridin's torso parts and swiped his ghost from the afterlife. I bet he would have had a great time on this voyage. I used to own him during our nautical campaigns all the time. If he was on this ship, I'd walk the plank and plummet through the fake-ass water through infinite nowhere forever. Besides, you act like you haven't already recruited at least 50 fucking Aridins from doomed timelines in your army. You really are shamefully prejudiced against our alternate reality ghost selves. They're just as real as we are and have the same emotions and everything. Give me a break, Solux, as if you don't view them in the exact same way. You've got real Aridin and then pretty much a whole bunch of pretenders out there. They're all real. Shit, I don't even like Aridin, but here I am sticking up for his copies. See, you just called them copies. Even you can't avoid accidentally using a problematic slur which reveals that no matter what you believe about your morals, deep down, you're always going to favor the original, while viewing all the others as duplicates of lesser value. Oh, whatever. Just whatever. Rationalize the collateral damage to your army all you want. And to think, before I joined their party, I heard rumors that you might have changed, like learned to be a better person or something. Yeah, right. What problematic slurs? Where's the inquiry? No, we are not going to summon him by speaking his name. Problematic media? What is this? Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, this is the problematic media. Oh, please. I hardly think I'm a bad person for failing to give a shit about a billion meaningless dead nepidas, do you? No, you're not a bad person for that particular reason, I guess. What am I seriously supposed to do? Fly around and befriend each one individually? Sorry, I have better things to do with my time. Let's try to be at least somewhat practical here. I've met most of the nepidas, and they're all very nice. Oh, shut up. And, what about all those ships up ahead? Are they part of the treasure hunt too? Of course, that's my army. Okay, I mean our army, but like on boats. Isn't an army on boats usually called a navy? John, help me out. I seem to be having trouble remembering which one of us is the captain. Was it the dork in blue pajamas, or was it the veteran sailor in the rad captain's coat? That's right, the captain was me, and I say it's an army that happens to be on a bunch of boats. Oh damn, he got smoked. Wow, so smoked. Mina, did you catch those sick fires? I'm joining the Verska army. No, but for real, it pretty much is a navy, just saying. Who's in the army? Thousands of ghosts, primarily those of old friends and acquaintances. Yeah, she's just mind controlling all of them. Oh dear. We've amassed a coalition of eager volunteers ready to lay down their ghost lives for a worthy cause. You mean fighting Lord English? When we're ready for that, yes. But we need the treasure first. So, for now, they're sailing well ahead of us in large numbers to attract his attention so he can do more damage to the ring and fill out the rest of our maps. We should be very grateful for their bravery. They're making a noble sacrifice for us all. Bravery, yeah, right. I'm mostly sure she's mind controlling them. God damn it, Tafros, we really don't need your play-by-play commentary on everything. Oh wait, you're mind controlling all those ghosts? No. Well, not all of them. Once you group enough together, others tend to latch onto the mob out of curiosity. We trolls have a way of clustering together naturally. You've got to understand, John, most of these people are pretty self-absorbed. They just needed a little bit of persuasion to join the cause. Word. Yeah, but isn't that still kind of, dickish? Why not just make 50 Solix clones and use them in giant blaster? That would be interesting to see. But all these stubborn jackasses are going to double die anyway if we don't all work together to kill this guy. This is war, John. In times of war, difficult decisions have to be made with the lives of many. Just think of me as a general giving orders to my troops. It just happens that the orders are a little more direct in this case. Hey, Sir Cat-Deuce, let's not lose track of who's actually in charge of this shit in K. Yeah, all hail Her Imperious Teen Condescension, the fresh new face of tyranny, Supreme Admiral Pixis. At this time, I would like to motion for a 15-minute bowing break so that we may demonstrate our reverence for this bold, spunky leader. Yes! Tavros, stop bowing, that was a joke. No, keep doing that! Lower, Swabby, lower! Face on the fucking deck. Yeah, just like that, perfect! So, how do you mind control so many ghosts at once? Isn't that kind of hard? Well, I do have a little help. John, did I mention my ancestor? She is the best. She is? I must admit, I was not in favor of the idea at first, but Vriska made a very strong case for using our combined powers in this way. In a perfect reality, no one would have to get hurt, but the stakes are too high to be shying away from such measures. See what I mean? The best. It has been wonderful spending so much time on this adventure with my descendant. She is the best. Not just because it's helped me get to know her better, but because it's opened my eyes to things about myself which I was never really in touch with. There are certain capabilities within me I've never quite been able to face, and she's helped me realize I've been hiding from them all my life and well beyond. It must be true what they used to say on my world, that if you really want to know who you are, look to the legacy left behind by your ancestor. I think that wisdom works in both directions. Well put, Marky. I've always felt the exact same way. Blah, puke. Oh my glub, the Cirque twins being adorable again. Nitram, get your mop ready for swabbing up all this vomit coming out of my mouth. Ew, no. Can you two stick a fork in the sentimental carp? Maybe pretend you ain't hit it off so good. You ever stop and think about how this makes me feel? There's no reason to be jealous, Mina. You have known nothing has changed about our friendship. Jealous? Bitch, no. Just makes me think of how my kid descended and how instead of having this cool frenzy relationship with her, I just got this uncontrollable urge to stab her to death so she doesn't threaten my supremacy. Which is a shame because she's so cute. Goddamn royal blood and the crate junk it makes me have to do. Oh well, maybe someday I'll find an heiress who my genes don't instinctively make me want to murder on sight. Then I can teach her the badass ways of being a boss and shit. God, trolls are so weird. John just said trolls are weird. He said it quietly, but I heard him. Hey, you snitch. Yeah, but aren't we? Moral of the story is Blue Kid is a dumb nerd, but it's right when he says stuff. Look at that. It's like me and him are becoming fast fronds, thus lulling him into his false sense of false confidence already. What? Soon, my little whale. Soon. It is true. To a human, the ways of trolls from both Alternia and before us will seem very strange. In fact, prior to uniting in the afterlife, even the two groups of trolls were reasonably alien to one another. I've had a great deal of time to study the cultures of many species throughout the paradox space. No matter which race you belong to, one can always find another whose ideals pose a challenge of comprehension to even the most open-minded. John Egbert is speciest media? I don't think of it. Can they just do ectobiology and make a billion Zoluxes to use batteries? They could probably. They probably could. That's an interesting idea. And though the ethical standards of those from Alternia may seem unpalatable to you, rest assured there are beings elsewhere in the cosmos whose violent behaviors would be considered extreme even to most trolls. Actually, John, I'm very glad you brought this up, because I was in the middle of a wonderful story about this very subject which you interrupted when you boarded our ship. Oh, sorry. No, that's fine. Really, I'm quite pleased that you did. This way I get to start over from the beginning. Oh god. Oh god. There were some rough patches in my original telling which I can go back and fix. This time it will be much better. Okay, what's the story about? It is a tale about a very mysterious alien race called Cherubs. Let us begin. Once upon a time. World building! There's a very mysterious alien race called Cherubs. Arania, I thought you said you'd fix the shitty parts of the story. You started with that crappy line the first time too. The opening line is fine. That's it, I guess. Not. Oh, shut up and let me tell my story. Now, where was I? There was a very mysterious alien race called Cherubs? Right. There was a very mysterious alien race called Cherubs, but there was one cherub in particular who, for at least the first half of our story, will be our heroine. She spent eons roaming her galaxy completely alone, but the time had come for her to find a mate. This is no small task for a cherub. Being an asocial species, they spend virtually no time in each other's presence at all. Aside from when it is time to mate, they may go their entire lives without encountering another, and so they scatter their numbers throughout space, each staking a territory spanning many light years. But, like a predator that is able to track the scent of its prey, a cherub can sense the presence of another nearby. This sense is especially strong if that cherub shares the same qualities its other half once had long ago, before it experienced the maturation process known as predomination. Also, these wings look so cool. You see, when a young cherub hatches, it would appear that only one creature has begun its life, but the appearance is not to be trusted. The young cherub actually consists of two completely distinct beings, a male and a female, each sharing one body. The two halves are endowed with polar opposite predispositions as well. One predisposed towards malevolence, another toward benevolence, good or evil if you prefer to deal in simplistic terms, or at least those which are convenient for the sake of the story. I prefer to view the dichotomy as a kind of moral alignment, like an attribute that dictates the choices a character makes in certain types of games I used to play. The male and female halves can be aligned either way, as long as they differ from each other. The resulting conflict between the two personalities is central to life as a cherub, both before and after predomination. Shortly after hatching, the two halves begin vacillating, taking turns controlling the body. The only physical differentiation between the two is the coloration of their cheek swirls, which indicates alignment. There is otherwise no way to tell male and female apart before a cherub predominates. The vacillation process is demarcated by sleep. When the male goes to sleep, the female wakes up, and when the male wakes up, again the female sleeps. And so it goes, back and forth like this, as the two identities vie for dominance over the other, and ultimately permanent control over the body. They grow to detest one another, and develop a view of social interaction centered entirely around animosity and confrontation. For good cherubs, this readies them for a long life of isolation, as they will prefer to avoid the sort of conflict that comes with social interaction as they have been conditioned to understand it. But for evil ones, the contentious upbringing only serves to fuel their inclination to harm others. And though this duality makes for a tormented childhood, the inner conflict it creates is an extremely important part of a young cherub's life. The defining part, actually. It is the struggle a cherub must overcome to mature, and this process culminates in predomination. One half will prove to have a stronger will than the other. The less dominant half will then weaken over time, and it will eventually become clear to both that one will not survive. The dominant personality will then completely consume the other, integrating it in such a way that only one is left. The cheeks will become solidly colored, and the cherub will grow to maturity as a single being, endowed with the alignment of the dominant half, and with all his or her personal qualities at the forefront of the union. Cherub lore is fun. Yeah, I'm so happy we're finally getting some, like, concrete cherub lore here. In the case of our heroine, she was the good half, and the day of her predomination was, in a sense, the day her brother died. And though it was to her benefit and personal growth, because of this loss, she would always live with a sense that something was missing. Every sexually mature cherub lives with this feeling. It drives them to seek out another cherub similar to the half they lost, the part of their being which they grew up in perpetual conflict with. The desire to travel the universe in hopes of reigniting that conflict is very important to their species. It's the force which compels them to procreate. Ooh. So she set out to track his scent, as it were, and soon she found a physical trail as well, a path of carnage left behind by a particularly destructive male cherub. She followed the debris from civilized worlds and star systems he left behind as if to mock her, to make it clear he knew of her pursuit and was all but paving her way with the dead. His brutality made her more furious, thus setting the mood, so to speak, for their imminent courtship. So if I'm getting it right, until maturity, cherubs are born as two people in one body. Eventually they become one person via maturity. Yep, that's what I'm getting as well. Ooh. Seeing some neutrals here with different signs. Interesting. A cherub of his alignment is seemingly motivated by little other than to conquer and destroy. From a bioexistential perspective, they behave somewhat like viruses attacking the system from within. But as with all symbiotic organisms living within a universe, there are balancing factors. While those inhabiting an evil cherub's territory will regard it as an unpredictable tyrant, those in the territory of a good cherub will likely come to view it as a protector, waiting quietly for millennia in deep space, ready to attack any encroaching threat. In that sense, they're not unlike cells in a universal immune system. Oh, they're fan trolls? Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. You have to donate a lot of money during the Hive Swap Kickstarter to have your fan trolls become canon. That's pretty cool. We can fully discuss the panel in a bit. But we can do that. Whoa! Well, it was nice knowing them. Oh my god. Well, it was nice knowing them while they were here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yep. Oh, so you could pay $10,000? Holy shit. Holy shit. And you could pay $100,000 to have them survive more than one page? Holy shit. Oh my god. That's insane. Well, who would... Well, I mean, I guess we know at least two people paid that much. The 10,000 at least. But holy shit. Oh my god. Just two. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's insane that people actually paid that much. Yeah, grift of massive proportions. Holy shit. It like wasn't a surprise they lasted one panel. I'm pretty, yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. This balance of forces allows stability, such that life and new civilizations can blossom and thrive within a universe, thus assuring the possibility of its own elaborate procreation process. But if that balance was ever disturbed... Oh, one moment. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Oh. I'm back. Oh, the Kickstarter page is still there. Only has the 10K tier though, yeah. Yeah, for 10K, your fan troll will become canon and appear in Homestuck. That's insane. It looked like it was 100K per page, just 100K. Yeah. I mean, at least how you guys described it sounded more like 100K just for it to survive more than one page. Just nothing about the number of pages. Your fan troll will become canon, not tell. Oh my god. That's hilarious. The balance of forces allows stability, such that life and new civilizations can blossom and thrive within a universe, thus assuring the possibility of its own elaborate procreation process. But if that balance was ever disturbed, it would lead to chaos in its biosystem. The universe could not survive for long. And if by some means a cherub with such destructive tendencies were to achieve unprecedented power, the resulting imbalance would be catastrophic for Paradox Space itself. And though the heroine of our story could have no way of knowing, this is exactly what would result from the pursuit of her kismesis. Going off the absurd logic of raising the price to absurd levels. Like humans, cherubs perceive romance through only one quadrant. Unlike humans, their relationships are exclusively black. But their mating ritual is much more violent than any practice trolls would or even physically could engage in. And though it is critical to the perpetuation of their race, the confrontations can sometimes be lethal to one or both cherubs. Regardless of the outcome, the stakes are always high. The winner of the duel will assume control of the other's territory, while the loser will slink away to bear the offspring. So as she toured the planetary wreckage, she knew her quest for a mate was not just about the propagation of her species, but the liberation of billions from a monster. But I'm guessing from what was said before about gaining unprecedented power, he's gonna win and gain her territories, and it's gonna go all to shit. She pursued him for many sweeps with mounting obsession, until one day the trail came to an end at a black hole. Cherubs typically seek out black holes as the setting for their mating ritual, but not any black hole. Once, long ago, it was a star, and circling that star was a planet. That planet was home to one of the presently sparring cherubs. The male in this case returned to the site of his hatching to mate, a location now conspicuously occupied by a truly massive black hole. This was where she found him, and this was where they would duel. Ooh. While an adult cherub is a fearsome creature and would be a formidable opponent to anyone in its unaltered state, this is not the form in which they do battle with each other. The ritual is more extreme and physically demanding than any other kind of courtship or duel in the universe. The moment they meet, they will both undergo a dramatic metamorphosis. Ooh, holy shit. That's really cool. The mates will then duel as two vast, frightening serpents, each an astronomical unit in length. Ooh. The tangled struggle between the green Oz is exceedingly brutal and can last for sweeps. While dueling in such a monstrous form, their energy is inexhaustible. The transformation taps into the cherub's latent connection with the enigmatic... Oh, astronomical unit. Okay. The transformation taps into the cherub's latent connection with the enigmatic forces presiding over all that is eternal, and permeating all those endowed with immortality. Normally, this power is only accessible to them during mating. In this form, they are only able to be injured by one another, and are otherwise indestructible. Hence, the ritual can never be stopped by an outside force until it is complete. Ooh. It should come as no surprise that in this story our heroine was victorious. Upon defeating her mate, she initiated the interlocking formation to complete the coupling, while assuming the dominant position, a stance undetectable to all but the most astute observers of the zoologically dubious. Consequently, the male was fertilized with the young. Ooh. He then slithered away in disgrace from the territory he just lost. A cherub looking to nest will search for a dead planet situated near a massive dying star. The egg is deposited on the planet's surface, and the rising temperature from the expanding red giant will incubate the egg until it is ready to hatch. Later in life, the cherub will grow wings, assuming it has matured properly, and if it has learned to fly well enough to reach a safe distance from the nest before the star goes supernova, soon the hungry cherub will return and feast on the resulting stellar energy. Doing so allows it to gain enough strength to travel great distances and claim its own territory. The star will then collapse into a black hole, serving as a distinct gravitational beacon to the cherub later in life, so it may return there to mate. Empreg is canon in cherub lore. Well, she says, she calls them male and female, but I'm doubting that's actually... But I am wondering, like, what the biological differences actually are, or, like, how it matters if, like, either one can become, pregnant. I don't know. Yeah, because it doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem like it makes any difference. So I wonder if there really is any difference, and, she's just, like, applying these labels without, yeah. Yeah, for that matter, the same seems true of trolls. Yes. Yeah, that does seem true of trolls as well. Seahorses get pregnant and the males carry the baby, so who knows? Yeah. Maybe she's seeing it through her troll cultural lens. Yeah. Let me return them to mate. Okay, we did finish with this page. Well, my tongue just said that. But yeah, it is interesting. Just like, actually, I suppose, like, I don't know much about how, we actually define male and female in other species. Like, cause like you said, like, seahorses, the males get pregnant, But then how do we define them as males from our human perspective then? Let's see. I do have a thing later. Let's define male and female and have no discourse about that. Yeah, it's like pretty meaningless, when in the end, oh god, yeah, let's not get into all that. Yeah, hold on, I'm looking up when my thing is later. I should be able to stay for the full, yeah, it's Thursday, so we go longer. So yeah, I should be able to stay the full time. Yeah. But we can use that as a point to stop for a break. As it happens, our heroine's mate discovered Earth long after it had journeyed to a new sun, and long since new civilizations had risen and fallen. Now, on the brink of destruction from its dying star, its barren accommodations were ideal for a young cherub. There he deposited his single egg and flew away, never to return. No cherub ever spawns more than one offspring at a time, for it is every cherub's destiny to grow up alone, or alone on the outside, at least. Ooh. From that egg hatched one very special cherub with two names, one that few will ever know and one that few should ever say. A fascinating thing about cherub reproduction is how the parent's alignment is passed on to the young. If the male lays the egg, the alignments of the child's two halves will be the same as the parents'. If the female lays the eggs, the alignments will be flipped, and the young male and female halves will be endowed with opposite alignments of the parents. As such, the male half took after his father. Perhaps the son even exceeded him in violent tendencies. It is hard to imagine there has ever been a cherub more willfully destructive or as stubbornly dedicated to conquest than the monstrosity he would grow up to become. Due to his indomitable nature, I believe victory over his sister was a foregone conclusion. Barring a highly improbable glitch in causality, it would be almost impossible for her to predominate over someone like him, and even so, he didn't have the patience to wait. Unfortunately for everyone to ever exist, he discovered a way to predominate early. Yet it was not this act alone that would prove ominous so much as the means through which it was achieved. He was allowed to become the solo player of a game which his kind was never meant to play. And so it is with the predomination of her son that our heroine's story ends, and the story of our villain begins. Hey, Mina, where are you going? I'm taking a gaper break. God, but the story isn't over yet. Girl, your stories never end. My bladder can't even deal. Just keep talking while I'm gone. No, that's okay. We can wait. I already heard the damn story, though. Not all of it. Glubberfuck, can't you just keep yapping about snake sex while I hit the little grub's room already? I'm afraid not. Everyone must listen to the full story. Oh my fucking god, you really are turning evil, aren't ya? I would be proud except of how terrible and boring the actual consequences are for me personally. Oh wait, does that mean when you're a ghost you still have to pee? None of your business, blue kid. That's so weird. Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? No, John, it's definitely pretty weird that ghosts have to pee. You'll get used to life as a ghost pretty fast, though. But weren't you already pretty used to peeing when you were alive? Yeah, that's why you get used to it pretty fast, dummy. This is kind of a stupid conversation. Can we hear more about the snakes and whatnot? It was a pretty cool story. Yes, as soon as Mina returns from her visit to the load gaper. Holy mackerel, can you shitfucks just enjoy your space lizard porn while I take a fucking piss? I think we could all stand to take a brief intermission from the story regardless, to let all these intriguing facts about cherubs sink in. Ugh, you and your intermissions. What is with your intermissions? They ain't even intermissions most of the time. They're just an excuse to tell another dumb story inside a longer dumb story. Yes, Mina, you are correct, and your reservations are noted. However, would it change your mind if I were to propose not an intermission, but An interfission? Uh, Fine, let's do the interfission thing you said. 'Cause of fish. BRB scrubs. Interfission. Gone fishing. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, down, down, down. Down he goes. Bladder slowly going down. Everyone just jamming out. Except for John, who's just standing there. Yeah, good old elevator stuck. Wow, she really did have to pee. Oh, up she comes. I bet you guy fell down. Like capture, I guess. So, what are we doing here? I see. Okay, thanks, bye. We're having a jam session. And she's gone. Okay, well that is a great time for our break as well. So everyone stretch, pee, get a snack, drink water, stretch. I think I already said that. Enjoy sunlight if you have it while it lasts. Though thankfully we're now past the solstice, so things will gradually start getting lighter for longer. So yeah, I will see you guys in about 5 minutes. Okay, we're back. Hello, Did It Open? Thanks for joining us. When your cat's joining you? That's so nice. I hope he enjoys the stream. That was a nice intermission. Oh, great. We're back with Gamzee, apparently. Great. Anyway, where was I? The heroine story ends and the villain story begins? I think. Yes, that's right. It is with the predomination of her son that our heroine story ends and the story of our villain begins. But as we all know, beginnings are not always easy to pinpoint in Paradox Space. One could say his story began the day he claimed immortality, or the moment his being was inexplicably confined to a juju, allowing him access to any realm in which his vessel would capriciously materialize. But for the sake of linearity, we may as well say his story began the day he and his sister hatched. Aww, so cute. Cute little snake cherub. When a cherub hatches, the two undeveloped personalities mingle together in the same body. There is not yet a clear division between the two. It will then consume the eggshell for its vital nutrients it contains. The sugary snack is irresistible to the starving wiggler. Once it finishes its first meal, the two personalities will be pulled apart for good, and the child will pupate. The two halves then begin vacillating with their sleep cycles, as I described. As you might expect, the female child was as cheerful and friendly as could be. Aww. She took after her mother in every way, at least the way her mother used to be, long before she was hardened by centuries of isolation and obsessive pursuit of justice. Cherub candy poaching theory? Oh, what? Oh. And to just as a little surprise, the male child was an insufferable brat. Oof. It is just as well that cherub parents abandon their offspring. Raising such a child by the familial standards of any race would be a monumental challenge. Gamzee, why are you doing this to yourself? Nevertheless, it would seem there were those who tried. Details of my research suggest our villain had a number of acolytes operating in the shadows, preparing for his arrival. We will probably never know who these scurrilous conspirators were, but it is evident that at some point the cherub was locked in a room, either out of exasperation or for its own good, until it was old enough to enter the session. Ooh, lots of sweets. The children were left with everything a young cherub could ever want. Meat, candy, computers, a lifetime supply of special stardust, and of course, their precious jujus. The acolytes had clearly gone to great lengths to harvest such items from all over the cosmos so they could lavish their young master with gifts. They may have been prisoners, yes, but if you ask me, these children were very spoiled. Ooh. While the female was preparing for a collaborative approach to the game, the male was plotting furiously against her. He never had any intention of working with her. As far as he was concerned, the game was his and his alone to conquer. Ooh. One day he put his plan into motion. He had his sister's dream self assassinated on Prospect. The next time she went to sleep, she would never wake up again. When her brother woke up, he became the sole occupant of the body. He then freed himself from his chains and launched the session by himself. But this game was never meant to be played solo. Its format is inherently cooperative. The diversity of players, the combination of their efforts and aspects, this is what awakens the true creative potential of the game. Without them, a session will wither and die. If one enters alone, it completely alters the nature of the game. It changes its purpose. For a solo player, a challenging quest becomes an insurmountable one. A reward of infinite promise becomes a boon far more sinister. The gauntlet which the player must overcome is seemingly designed to be impossible. For all intents and purposes, it is not actually a game at all. It is a death sentence for any player foolish enough to accept the challenge. But it bears repeating, this was a very special cherub. Ooh. He entered what is called a dead session. This qualifies as both a null and void session, but is even less than either of those. Compared to a typical session, it is almost unrecognizable. Before the game begins, Skya is blotted out with a dark layer of clouds. Its light is extinguished for good. There is no planet waiting for the player in the medium, so instead, he brought it with him. Land of nothing. But when he arrived, there was no heroic journey for him to embark on. There was nothing. No sprite, no consorts, no underlings. The land had no name. Those things all needed to be unlocked. To unlock his true quest, he was forced to undergo a series of excruciatingly tedious trials. Only then would the way to the planet's core be revealed. There he would consult with the most monstrous denizen of all. And while such trials might discourage most players from even trying, our villain's response was quite the contrary. He was only emboldened by the mind-numbing chores. He took to them with gusto, as if performing them out of spite. With perseverance, he found the final door and unlocked it. Waiting for him on the other side was a terrible creature named Yaldabaoth. His denizen would allow him a brief audience, one just long enough for him to make the choice. Oh, here we go, here we go. The sun has a little face. Ooh, it's tall. What? Very tall. Ooh. Ooh. God, he's so small down there. Love when Homestuck Art randomly locks the fucking... Yeah. Holy shit. There he is. That's a tiny little ant. Oh my god. No denizen has ever been mistaken for pleasant company, but the self-proclaimed god of all monsters is notoriously inhospitable to his players. His choices are known for their wild extremes, and to this player, in this session, he offered his most extreme choice of all. It was the choice between a path of conquest and a path of sacrifice. But this is putting it lightly. In a tongue only his player could understand, he described what the path of the martyr entailed. In short, it involved nothing. The player chooses to walk away from the temptation of power, to surrender all ambition, and to welcome death. In exchange for this pledge comes a compromise. The player's sacrifice is assured to benefit all who will ever live. In death, the player would later be in the position to help bring an end to a force of unfathomable evil and destruction. Oh. A force which was unleashed, for instance, by someone who once opted for the other choice. Yaldabaoth then described what it meant to choose the path of the conqueror. It was a path for a more active player, to be sure. The player's mettle as a conquering force would be tested directly and repeatedly. One by one, he would have to conquer and destroy a number of planets spawned for him in the session. Each would be more difficult than the last. After destroying them all, his true land would become unlocked. He would then return to face his denizen again and defeat him in combat. If successful, his reward would be unprecedented. He would receive the boon of unconditional immortality, where resurrection would not be linked with the just or heroic nature of death. It is unclear how this boon would be awarded, since, to my knowledge, it is beyond even the ability of a denizen to allow this. But through whatever mechanism the boon is bestowed, immortality is only the beginning. The player is somehow also imbued with a limitless supply of power, enough to destroy anything he wanted, for as long as he wanted. And knowing the villain of our story, anything he wanted would be everything, and as long as he wanted would be forever. Yes, knowing our villain, the choice he would make is quite clear. Knowing him, in fact, proves it could hardly be considered a choice at all. Ooh. It was at this point the real game would begin. Skya would undergo a dramatic transformation, becoming even darker and heavier. Soon it would become a very massive solid sphere. It would begin to generate heat within due to rising density. The surface would begin to crack. Does it become the green sun? Oh, wow. The resulting explosion is known as the first break. From the primordial blast would emerge 15 planets for the player to conquer. They would scatter and ricochet at high velocity before settling into orbit in the medium. The break is a very violent phenomenon, though. Not all planets will necessarily clear the blast before the sky and debris settles into its final state. Ooh. The vast amount of resulting matter then collapses into a black hole. It's like pool. Its gravitational pull is tremendous. Any object within range will be sucked in and destroyed. Those planets which settle into orbit will be safe, for the time being. But in the case of our villain's session, 3 of the planets did not make it and fell back into the hole. This was a very lucky break for him. It is Pool! Oh. It meant that he would only have to conquer 12 planets instead. This bit of good fortune could very well have been the difference which allowed him to overcome the nearly impossible challenge. His task was to destroy all of these planets in order, each within a time allowance that gets shorter with each planet. To destroy a planet, first it must be conquered. He would have to overcome all forces of resistance on the planet and ultimately defeat whatever powerful underling ruled there. Then, much like he did to unlock the quest in the first place, he would have to travel to the planet's core. There, he would retrieve a bomb and return to the surface. The felt had pool balls on there. Yeah. I do wonder what it implies. Not like we know exactly how, where Lord English ends up with a crew of underlings. 3 planets fell into the black hole during the first break, and 3 members of the Feld were already dead at the beginning of the intermission. Oh, Interesting. If he did not accomplish this in time, the bomb would detonate in the core and the game would be lost automatically. The bomb is not powerful enough to destroy the planet alone. In fact, its purpose is not to damage the planet at all, but to move it. Ooh, it really is like Pool. So he must bring it to a designated location on the surface. When it explodes, the planet will be knocked out of orbit and sucked into the hole. Of course, he must make sure he has moved on to the next planet before this happens. He repeats this process for each planet until they are all gone. There's one caveat though. He must skip the 8th planet. If he sinks that one before any of the others, it will result in the destruction of the entire session. Thus, it must be the final planet he conquers. Vouch must be some kind of psychic. Oh, it's perfect to pull out Monopoly. Annika, buying Boardwalk, give me a P, give me an S. It really is Pool. It's just Pool on a cosmic scale. Ooh. Upon destroying the 8th planet, his true land will reveal itself. The dead planet will come to life, and there he must prepare for battle with his denizen. He may sharpen his combat skills, craft new weaponry, anything he can do to improve his chances against a very powerful endgame foe. Fortunately for him, he would not have to face the monster alone. By then, he will have accumulated a party of loyal minions. Ooh, seeing some familiar faces here. With each planet he destroys, he will be awarded a new leprechaun follower. She even calls them leprechauns. Land of the candy and meat. Oh, yeah, it would be funny if that is what it turns out to be. With each planet destroyed, he will be awarded a new leprechaun follower. Even if a planet was destroyed in the break, he will still be awarded that planet's leprechaun upon destroying the planet preceding it. Sort of like a 2-for-1 deal. Wait, leprechauns? Yes, John. I'm delighted to see you have pounced on what is clearly the far most interesting part of the story thus far. Leprechauns are a fascinating mythical race, although there is some dispute among scholars as to whether they are actually a breed of gnome. Although this does bring up a question, Arenia, how have you learned all this? I can't say I blame you for being speechless. There are no doubt hundreds of questions swirling in your head at once about these wonderful creatures. Where do I even begin? Oh, you must forgive me. I find it very difficult to resist going on at length about them. I just think they're so great. For instance, I can and have given lectures for weeks at a time on their marvelous and widely varying magical abilities. More intriguing yet would be any medium to long-form harangue on the topic of their culture and customs, most of which revolve around luck. But most captivating of all, and the subject upon which I will now assiduously expunge, would be the positively scintillating subject of leprechaun romance. The problem is that when the subject of leprechaun romance is broached, our overly obsessive troll intellects instantly assume the most ingratiating posture of admiration imaginable. which makes it hard to give it proper academic focus, I mean, because of how great it is, but we will do our best to understand regardless. Oh. Arania had thousands. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. She probably spent a lot of them talking with other ghosts to do historical research. Yeah. That and she's a light player. A lot of luck and knowledge to gain. Yep. She's for Joshing out. Oh my god. Arania, we gotta focus. John won't stay asleep forever. Hopefully. Trolls have only 4 forms of romance, and though we consider it a complicated subject spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what leprechauns consider the full body of romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature and to rule over individual destinies like little else, is still just that, a single quaternary concept, a concept usually denoted by 4 symbols. Heart, spade, diamond, and club. Leprechaun romance is more complicated than that. Leprechaun romance needs 9 symbols. The 9 quadrants of leprechaun romance are considerably more nuanced than our quaint notions of romance, and certainly more alien. Lots of time, but what exactly was she studying? Well, I think we can see. Yeah, we can certainly see what she spent the most research on. Oh my god. In fact, so conditioned is my own understanding of romance that I can't help but refer to them as quadrants when in fact they are not quadrants at all. They are referred to as charms. One of the charms is characterized by romantic love, is understood by both trolls and humans, but after that, all bets are off. There is no division between black or red, concupiscent or conciliatory. Instead, their charms comprise a spectral continuum of more subtly varying types of relationships, most of which are established in mutual chicanery, such as the exchange of pranks, coy riddles, slapstick shenanigans, and games of chance. Furthermore, a pair of leprechauns is not limited to a single charm. A relationship may be defined by multiple charms at once. In fact, some of the most interesting relationships arise from exotic charm combinations. A stable relationship consisting of 3 or more charms is called a trove. These advanced relationships are often viewed as the ideal end result for a romance, much the way certain pairing rituals are for humans. No charm is specifically tied to procreation, though any type of relationship could begin waxing concupiscent if Lady Luck should so decide. Certain charm combinations are known to be more conductive to fertility than others. If the leprechaun pair has been so blessed, they will begin an elaborate coupling procedure culminating in a lively mating jig. The jigs are specific to the charms, of course, similar to how different kinds of music lend themselves to various styles of dance. Well, their romance is endlessly captivating. Leprechaun reproduction may be the most interesting subject of all, particularly from a perspective of detailed anatomical study, which I will get to shortly. But first, it bears pointing out that while for humans, reproductive relationships are exclusively heterosexual, and for trolls, they are bisexual, for leprechauns, they... Wow, what a story! But I wasn't... Finn, wasn't that story great, everyone? Wow! Oh, here we go. You really liked it that much, Friska? Hell yeah! Oh my god, the leprechaun stuff? So good, right guys? Wow. Well, I would be happy to continue then if you, mind Fang, have I told you how great it's been to get to know each other and team up on adventures and stuff? I really feel like you've helped me get in touch with my ancestral roots, mainly as a kick-ass storyteller. It was like this whole part of my personality I was never aware of, like the part that's compelled to just outright explain tons of really interesting things to people while sparing no detail whatsoever. It's made me feel a lot closer to understanding my aspect, as well as closer to you. So I just wanted to say thanks. Aw, you're welcome. I feel the exact same way about my time with you. You've really helped me get in touch with the true pirate within. I saw in you the adventurous spirit I always wished I could be. You helped me finally understand the virtue in rationalizing questionable decisions and behaving unscrupulously for the greater good. Oh, stop. You're going to make me start tearing up. Get over here and give me a hug, Alpha Sister. What class aspect was Arania's Sylph of Light? Yes, I believe that's right. Yes. Gag choke. Wank wank. Oh my god. John's just watching all of this. Oh, she knows. She can feel it. Oh, Hello? Hello? Are we not finishing our Cherub story? I guess not. Oh dear. Terezi. Oh dear. Oh, one second. Okay, something came up. So, I will have to end here soon. And this does seem like a pretty good place to leave off. So, sorry for having to end so unexpectedly. Like, you can do a little bit if this isn't a good place. But I will have to go soon. Yeah, okay. Okay, you guys are great. I love you guys. I'm sorry, it's been a bad time the past couple of weeks for streaming. Yeah, okay. So I hope you guys have a good weekend, good rest of your week. I'll hopefully see you on Tuesday. If life decides to be nice to me again and give me time to stream. Yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your week. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye. You'll talk to life for me? Thanks. I appreciate it. Bye. See you guys.